Hey everyone. Yeah, I thought I'd kind of give you a little bit of this DVD update for today, the 5th of November 2013. Basically now about 49 days away from Christmas and about 22 and a half days from Thanksgiving. And this, I guess you could say, it's not a massive one, but it's a decent DVD update. I mean, we have a lot new additions to the DVD collection than usual. So, yeah, basically a lot have been added over the past few weeks, and let's see what we have added here to the collection. Now, for my mom, because she likes this lady, and who doesn't, we have Carol Burnett, This Time Together, which is another volume in the set of the Carol Burnett Show. Put that back over here. So yeah, she has that one. Also, she now has this. And this is one thing that you got to look for when you go to places like Walmart. Always look at the $5 bins, because you'll always find two movie dual discs. I mean, basically you'll just find two movies on one disc, and it could be four movies on one Blu-ray, But here we have the double feature of Made in Manhattan and Wedding Planner, both with Jennifer Lopez on there. Wedding Planner and Made in Manhattan. My mom loves Made in Manhattan. I think she likes the Wedding Planner as well. So, and this was only $5. So imagine when these first came out on VHS and later DVD, how much they really were. I mean, both movies came out between 2001 and 2002, so imagine how much they were then. And this was only $5. Go figure. I have to apologize, I'm trying to get over a bit of a cold here. And it doesn't help when you're on a hardwood floor. Go get some slippers on. There we go. Now, that's not the only one as well. She also obtained, courtesy of me, the Grace card. I don't have no cover for this yet, but this is the Grace card. This is a Christian movie. She loves these. These are by Affirm Films, and Affirm Films. So she loves these kind of movies right here. This is the Grace card. It's a good movie from what she says, and if she was on here doing this, she would recommend you guys to see this, or see that. She would. And then, courtesy of a torrent and Windows DVD Maker. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Next up, we have, and this is actually a DVD fab. This one. This is Beatles Rockumentary. The Beatles, a rockumentary of the 1964 tour, which my mom saw at the Cow Palace, I think, around that time. This is a rockumentary of the 1964 tour. And what's unique about this is a little bit of a history, a little bit of a story. I actually had to return the first disc that I had of it because it was broken. Yeah, the side right here of the disc was cracked. So no way was I able to DVD fab that, so I had to return it. But there you go, rockumentary of the 1964 tour, the Beatles. But yeah, I had to return the original one I rented to get another one. And I had to wait for that one because it was coming out of another state. But again, though, right there, Rockumentary is a 1964 world tour. Now, courtesy of a BitTorrent and DVD Fab, not DVD Fab, but BitTorrent and Windows DVD Maker, we have the classic Never Ending Story. That's right, the original Never Ending Story, right here. And at first when I downloaded it and then put it onto Windows DVD Maker to be made into a DVD, I thought at first it was going to be kind of like boxed in a little bit and you'd have to stretch it. No, it completely fills out the screen. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's the 1984 one. Nothing's been altered, nothing's been added in, nothing's been screwed with or anything. It's completely all clean. But yeah, there it is, the 1984 original classic, Never Ending Story. And I have this because I even told my mom it's something I think the kids might get a kick out of. Right there. Now, the next thing up is something that, just like some things I've worked on this. It is all 5 Superman films from basically 1978 to the 2006-2007 Superman Returns movie. That's right, this is all the movies right here. Every single one, including the bonus feature right here. This is all the movies from the original 4 that ran from 78 to 87, the original 4, to basically Returns back in 2006-2007. Pretty cool to have them finally all together, and just in time for the Man of Steel movie, which is coming out to DVD and Blu-ray next week. So that's really, really cool to have this. And if you don't have all these movies, you should get them. And then, I don't know if I showed this one yet, but this one kind of has a unique story behind it. Basically, because I didn't check my email on time, and I wasn't checking on a Disney Movie Club that much as I should, when I finally logged back in, after a while, I was considering getting 2 DVDs, and those were the Tailspin DVDs, Volume 2 and 3. I was considering it, but I held off. And then all of a sudden, I checked my account, my bank statement online, and I see some money's been taken out, and I'm thinking, where did this money come from? Or where did this money go? So I contacted Disney Movie Club, because those are the ones that took it out. That's pretty much what it said on the bank statement. And they said that because I didn't, basically they told me it was a featured title. And that they reminded me of something that I basically overlooked. And I know I'm not the only one. Because I'm always checking in on this. I'm always making sure either to decline or accept, and mostly just to decline because I don't have the money financially. But what happened was I didn't decline in time because they give you until a certain date. So they ended up sending me this movie. They charged me, and they ended up sending me this movie. And I thought, okay, I've either got 2 ways of doing it. I'm either going to return it, get my money back, or I'll just keep it because it's my fault. And I decided I'll keep it anyway because, it was my fault, I didn't overlook. And maybe it's a good thing because it has something on here that, it basically has something on here that's the first ever that I've ever had in this family. I've ever owned in this family. It's the first thing I've ever owned of this media. Well, they sent this to me, and ironically, at the same time, my brother-in-law started taking me to work with him a lot more, because I kind of help out in a certain area there. And so what happened is they sent it to me, and again, like I said, I had the decision whether to keep it or return it, and I said, I'm just going to keep it because it's got something a medium that I don't physically have to play on yet, but it's a medium that is a first for me, and I know I'm not the only one that goes in this direction either. And what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the Diamond Edition of The Little Mermaid, the DVD Blu-ray combo pack. That's right. And what's funny about this, what's kind of ironic, is I'm going to get a Blu-ray hopefully this week, with whatever I get paid at the end of the week maybe. But hopefully this week I'll get a Blu-ray player, a decent one with a plan on it. So that'll be nice. But anyway, I got this, and what's ironic about it is when I got Little Mermaid back in, I think, 2007, 2006, when it came out for the first time on DVD, that was the first time it was on DVD. Now I got it the first time it's on Blu-ray. Kind of ironic, right? But yeah, basically because I didn't pay attention, but I figured, might as well keep it. It's good to have the Blu-ray. It basically gets the Blu-ray portion out of it, out of the way, and kind of starts the Blu-ray collection for me and my family. So, yeah, Little Mermaid, Diamond Edition. It's a nice edition. And again, I know I'm not the only one that goes out and buys DVD Blu-ray combos and doesn't have a and doesn't have a Blu-ray player. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one that does that. Anyway, that's there. And then, for $5, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, which is a nice, cute little movie if you have not seen it yet. It's very good. It's got the voices, of course, of John Goodman, Jay Leno, Martin Short, and Rhea Perlman. And it's very good. I've seen it multiple times. It's really nice, and it's definitely worth checking out if you ever have the opportunity. But it was for $5. You can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong with this. So, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, added to the collection. As you can see. Again, these are just some new DVDs added. And then, of course, we have Ghost, which is one of my mom's favorite movies. I was always thinking of renting it on DVD and DVD fabbing it, but I've always overlooked it, and I figured, I might as well get it somehow. And like I said, I was either going to rent it through Netflix and DVD fab it, but then I looked over at the $5 bin at Walmart, and there it was. It was in the $5 bin, so, yeah. Ghost in the $5 bin. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, if you will. And she has it over here under the TV because these are movies she wants to see and enjoy when she has the time. Then, speaking of another movie she likes, just in time for Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life. Now, what's funny about this is, about a week or two later, after I bought this for her, and she was there when I bought it for my mom, 1 week or so later, they started bringing out some of the Christmas DVDs and Blu-rays. They brought out the 2-pack of this along with White Christmas. Go figure. But it's okay. This is the 60th anniversary edition. I think she'd rather have this than a 2-disc deal. But yeah, it's one of her favorite movies. As everybody knows, it gets played during Thanksgiving weekend, which will be in the next few weeks. And she likes watching. And if I know my mom, she's going to probably end up DVRing it, even though she has it. And, but yeah, 60th anniversary edition, full screen. You can't go wrong with that, especially if you like the movie. And at 2 hours and 10 minutes, you definitely have to have patience. I mean, you could be starting it right now, which is 10:35, and wouldn't be over until about 12:45. Then, for $9, for about $10, you got all 4 Lethal Weapon movies. And what's ironic about this is the way they did them. They stacked them up. Yeah, one on top of the other. Instead of doing the 4-disc deal, kind of like flipping. And I'm sure people will fix that anyway, but all 4 Lethal Weapon movies. I was going to get this for the past few weeks, didn't do it until finally I said, you know what, screw it. I'm working this week, I'm going to get paid this week. Let's make it happen. And there you go. All 4 Lethal Weapon films right there. The entire collection. I'm sure it's on Blu-ray like this as well. But these are very good. These are really good. The 4th one, definitely a good way to close out the series. So, really good. And $10, can't go wrong. And then, just in time for the holidays, for $5, and I think this is the only one I saw there, for $5, Scrooged, which is basically a modern retake on Christmas Carol. It's very good. It's a very good movie. It's a good movie that for late '80s had some great effects and stuff. So I thought it was it was a decent choice. I mean, $5, you can't go wrong with that. And yeah, it's a good, like I say, it's a humorous, modern retake on Christmas Carol. So, and if you have not seen this movie, where have you been? This is a good movie. This is pretty good for the holidays. Very funny. It's a runtime of 100 minutes. So you can't go wrong with an hour and 40 minutes. You really can't. And then, to close this out, we have Twister. Twister, of course, my mom has this on VHS, but not on DVD. So we now have it on DVD, Twister. Very good movie. I remember when this came out in '96, I was living in Kansas, and what's funny is they showed this movie in October about 17 years ago. When it came out on VHS, they showed this to the school in October when we had a big, out of nowhere, unexpected snowstorm hit us. And we were just, and it was on the same day that somebody brought mercury into the school. And if you don't know about that, that made national news. Out of all the schools, my school. And if you want to know the school, it was Oskaloosa High School. It was 1996. If you want to Google it, and there you go. But anyway, they showed this to us when we were waiting to be picked up and everything. So that was pretty cool. Twister. If you haven't seen it, see it. And then we have a movie that my second oldest sister introduced us to. Actually, I knew about it. I just didn't think, she would get a kick out of it, because she even admitted she might not get a kick out of it, might not like it. But, she checked it out, and it's Warm Bodies. Yeah, Warm Bodies, that came out this year. It's actually actually very funny, if not very, I guess you could say more comedic, kind of romantic comedy take on the whole Twilight, the whole craze, if you will, right now with monster movies or romantic comedies or romantic sagas of, like things like Twilight and stuff like that. So Warm Bodies is basically more of a romantic comedy take on that, and it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty decent. You got to check it out. For 97 minutes, it's not too bad for a movie, but it's really good. It's actually pretty nice, pretty decent. I mean, it can be scary at times, like my sister said, especially with the villains, the bonies, if you will. But overall, it's pretty decent. You should check it out. It's got some good music to it too. And then here, if I can get these in order, we have Scooby-Doo Stage Fright. This is the newest Scooby-Doo movie that came out, and it's one of the it's one of them that's got more of a mixed reaction, especially if you're not a fan of a certain pairing, but fans of another pairing with the same female, but with a different male lead. Yeah, you kind of understand where the mixed reaction comes in. But yeah, newest Scooby-Doo movie added to my collection. So basically having this now, I have a majority of all the Scooby-Doo films. All of the direct-to-video animated Scooby-Doo films I now have. And I am going to get the WrestleMania one. But Stage Fright, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to see what the whole mixed reaction deal is and probably sit down and enjoy it. Then we have Epic. That's right, we have Epic. I've seen bits and pieces of it because they've shown it at times at Walmart. And it looks decent, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to check it out, and but it's really nice to have, really nice to have in the collection. So, Epic, right there. And then, recently, as of yesterday, we have two new movies. We have The Croods. We have The Croods, right there, we have The Croods. One of the more funny animated films of the year. And we have The Croods, and we have this one really surprised me, because I didn't think, I knew they were going to do a sequel, but I didn't think they were going to do a sequel in time for Christmas. But we have Alpha and Omega 2. Alpha and Omega 2, a Howling Day adventure. A take on Holiday Adventure, Howling Day Adventure. So basically it's a Christmas sequel to Alpha and Omega. And I guess it's pretty good. It wasn't released theatrically, which was to be expected, but it showed that at least Alpha and Omega was good enough to get a sequel in some ways. But yeah, Alpha and Omega 2, the Howling Day Adventure. So, overall, that is my DVD update for today, November 5th. 2013. Let me know what you guys think of some of the movies I just showed you. If you have any of them yourselves, or if you're interested, or if you're thinking of probably checking them out, I suggest go to Redbox or Netflix or wherever and check them out. Overall, that's all I'm going to say, and thank you all for watching, and God bless, and take care till next time. Peace out. Comments are welcome.